Hey everyone, it's AJ and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my sister Sarah and I are making videos about art, journaling, and stationery. And we're currently in the middle of working on the launch of our art shop, which we're very excited for in just a couple months. If you're interested, you can sign up for a newsletter on our site to be the first to know when we launch. We're now officially in August and in the later half of summer, with the warm weather still going at full blast. Here in Toronto, we've been getting a lot of rain, followed by really sunny days, so it's been pretty humid. I've been discovering a lot of new cafes in the city recently, and one cafe in particular was introduced by a friend of mine, and I instantly fell in love with it the moment I walked in. So for today, I have a fun video planned that was inspired by the time I spent there. We'll be doing a journal with me, and I have a fun haul of goodies, of things I'll be using in the spread that I'm very excited to share with you guys. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so to help with my journal spread today, I wanted to incorporate some fun washi tapes. I only recently started incorporating more stickers into my spreads, and I feel like the next big jump would be to use more of my washi tapes. I have quite a big collection already, but I have yet to try some more unique washi tape. And so to help with this, I was very graciously sent some washi tapes from the Washi Tape Shop. They're an online store that specializes in, you guessed it, washi tape. They have a wide range of washi tapes available for purchase on their site, including the standard and the slim-sized washi tapes, all the way to these more massive washi tape rolls. They also have PET tape options for almost all of their washi tape designs. They also sell a variety of journals, planners, and stamps. For today's video, I'll be unboxing some of their washi tapes, including some new ones that they recently added to their shop. Then we'll do a little journal with me where I might mix in some of the washi tapes that I have in my collection as well. So let's get started with the unboxing and take a look at each of the tapes individually. Okay, so when we first open the box, I have this little thank you card. It got a little wrinkled in the delivery, but that's okay. Oh, and it looks like these are actually individual stickers themselves. That's a really clever feature for a thank you card. These two people having coffee, there's a coffee machine, and there's a coffee in a little to-go cup. And also the title of the shop is a sticker itself as well. So right when you open the box, you see all of the washi tapes in here, and they're nicely wrapped in this bubble wrap. Wow, there's quite a bit in here. I think I ordered 6 items in total, and these taller ones are sets of washi tapes, so I'll go through those individually. Alright, so the first one that we have here is their pre-cut Planner's Day wide washi tape. So I'm actually really excited for this one because it contains a lot of designs that revolve around kind of like a day in the life of a planner. So things like getting morning coffee, to doing some exercise, going shopping, cooking, just a little bit of everything, which I thought would be perfect for my daily journaling habit. And so this one is their really wide version of washi tape. As you can see, a standard washi tape size is about that thick, and so when you compare them, it's maybe 4 times in the thickness this way. I actually really like how they wrapped this. It has this really nice pink petal pattern all along the packaging on the outside, and on the top here it has a sample of one of the illustrations on the tape and then the name of the tape on the backside. And so I'm really impressed so far with how this has been packaged. It's really nice and clean and also simple. So let's go ahead and open this up so we can take a closer look at the designs. Luckily I was able to keep this sticker intact, so I can put it in my sticker book and then maybe use it later on in a junk journal spread. But yeah, it's so cute. And now that I got the packaging off the tape, you can actually see how pretty this sakura print is on their wrapping paper. I'm definitely gonna have to keep this as well for some future scrapbooking. And so again, this is the pre-cut Planner's Day washi tape set. And what I mean by this being pre-cut is that even though this is in a roll, like all washi tape are, if you look closely for each design, you will be able to tell that there's a little kiss cut contour around each one because each of these are actually individual stickers. So what I really like about this format is that it comes in a really nice compact roll like this, like all other washi tape, but it actually functions like individual stickers. And I really like this because you get that unique washi tape feel, but each of these are stickers, so you get kind of the best of both worlds, and you get the repeating design multiple times until the roll is finished. So you don't have to worry too much about using all of one design because it does repeat multiple times throughout the roll. I really wanted stickers that were more expressive and that included things that I can use for everyday journaling. And so when I saw this design, I really liked the concept. So I'll give you guys a brief look into some of the designs in here. So it starts with this clear piece of tape at the very end. So you can easily wrap the tape back up once you're done and then seal it with this tape again. And so once you unstick it from the body, you just roll it out. It's not the same as washi tape in that this part is sticky because this is just sticker paper, and you just peel the washi tape stickers right from the roll on top. And so once you open the roll, this is also a nice browsing experience as you decide what sticker you want to pick for your spread. And so this one contains a lot of different things that you would do throughout the day, like going to a cafe and doing some journaling, lounging on a park bench, doing some yoga, getting some coffee, doing some cooking, and then a specific one for travel diary, going on a trip. And you can see this roll is already a couple feet long, but I'm not seeing the designs repeat yet. And normally with this many designs, especially at this size, you would expect this to take up multiple sheets of sticker paper, but because this is in a roll, you don't have to worry about it taking up too much space. It does eventually all get rolled up back into this tube, so it makes it a much more portable and convenient option. Going on here, you get someone going on a trip, spending some time at the park, going camping, and then finally we wrap back around to the beginning. And so I can't even fit this all on camera, but I can say it is almost 3 feet long for one rotation of the designs. So that's really great, and you see how much more tape that you have here. And I love how each design on the roll is an individual sticker. And so you get so many stickers in the whole roll that you can use again and again. And that's just my favorite part. Here's a closer look at some of the designs. The illustration style and the colors that they use are also so cute and right up my alley. So I can imagine using this a lot. Having so many stickers on here like this makes the roll really versatile. I can see myself using this for so many different scenarios for different days in the week. And each of these stickers are huge, like just putting my finger next to it, it's about the size of my finger. And these are definitely bigger than the stickers that I normally use in my planner. So I'm really excited to incorporate these just for a change of pace. And I almost forgot to share the most important part, but what they look like once they're off this sticker backing. So I'll just share with you guys with my tweezers. I think one little difficult part is actually getting these off of the paper itself, but once you lift the corner a little bit, and so once you start peeling the sticker off the backing, you can see that this paper is very much just like the regular sticker paper, and you can see the design through the back already, which goes to show how thin these stickers are. And because this is made of the same material that you see in your everyday washi tapes, so when you combine that with the sticker, it just makes this really paper thin sticker, which is perfect for journalers and for people who want to use stickers in their journal but want to keep their journal really thin. It's hard to show the texture nicely on camera, but it is this very papery feel, and the design itself has a little bit of a more glossy feel, but it does have a tiny bit of texture on it as well. So the resulting effect is really nice. And so that is the pre-cut Planner's Day washi set. I love how this has so many designs in such a compact roll. I love how versatile it is in all of the designs that it has, and also all of these little objects around the subject that you can also use as stickers. So really great first impression, and I can't wait to open the rest of them. I forgot to say this earlier in the video, but I think most of the tapes that I ordered from the Washi Tape Shop are the pre-cut versions, and so they're similar to the ones that I just showed, where each of the designs designs have a kiss cut around the design, and then you can just peel it off like a sticker. And so the next one that we have here is the pre-cut Autumn Friends wide washi tape in the English version. They do also have Chinese versions of some of their washi tapes. So this one I got in English, and it also has this cute illustration on the front here. So I know it's still summer, but I really wanted to do some fun journaling in the autumn, and autumn is my favorite season. And so I got this one ahead of time because I knew I really wanted some stickers that could help me illustrate and paint a picture for all my adventures in fall. And so I won't be using this one today, I believe, but I'll still share with you guys what the designs look like. And so this one, compared to the one before, is a little bit shorter, but is still very wide in the grand scheme of washi tapes. And so this one, like I said, is their autumn one. It does have a little bit less, but that's totally fine. I'll still get a lot of repetitions with it. So when I open this, oh my god, I'm so excited for this one. Oh, one thing to note is this clear piece of tape at the very beginning. It is sticky on the backside, so if it does overlap with the design on the tape itself, it will pick it up, but I think it's okay. I'll still be able to kind of maneuver this around and get it off this clear piece of tape, but that's just something to note when you are using these type of tapes. But anyways, let's just go ahead and look at the designs. And so right at the beginning, it says October, observing nature, the never tiring farmland. And right off the bat, you get this really gorgeous kind of countryside scene with all the autumn colors in the background. I really like the style of this illustration. It kind of looks like pencil crayon, but also a little bit of like watercolor-ish. But that's really beautiful. Oh my god. And that's also a really big sticker. It's like as big as what normal die-cut vinyl stickers are. I really love how this specific tape roll has a lot of different quotes throughout the designs. There's one that says, "Hello little buddy, bought some expressive oranges," because they have like little faces on them. And all of these quotes themselves are also little stickers that you can pull up and use them. It has some ginkgos over here, and ginkgos are my favorite type of foliage. I love them. And there's also a ton of ginkgo trees along the street where I live. So I always like picking them off the ground once fall comes because they turn this really nice orangey yellow color. And then you have another autumn scene here of a girl with her two cats. And there's even more cute designs of this girl and her cats. Lots of different quotes here. Ooh, and then we have some food. Some sweet potato rice with crispy scorched rice is the best. That is very true. The scorched part of rice is always the best. Yet another scene here of these two people on their bikes. Some more food. And here you have some ducks. I really love this roll so far. Hey, that's a Siamese cat. That's half what Mello and Mira are. This is making me very excited for the season. And we have yet to wrap around to the beginning of the roll. This is pretty crazy. You have these people in their warm autumn sweaters. These ones look kind of similar to maple leaves. This one seems like we're nearing Christmas time because you see a little Christmas tree in the storefront. Okay, now we wrap back to the beginning. And so again, this is almost 3 feet of designs and you still have this much more of the roll. I'm loving this so much so far. And this one particularly, I really like the art style of, and I think the size of the stickers themselves are more manageable for a planner. And I like also how the quotes throughout the whole roll are also stickers themselves, because I would just love to bring over the sticker and the quote as well. Oh my god, I'm so excited to use this one in the autumn. I cannot wait. If you guys want an autumn themed journal with me, which I'll most definitely do, be sure to drop a like to make it happen. So I do like how this comes in different sizes for their pre-cut washi tapes, because it does just offer that much more versatility in the different size of stickers. I like how they incorporate human figures as well as different objects, as well as landscapes. I love this one right here. And also the quotes. I think that's so versatile and just something that you don't often see with even normal sticker sheets, being able to have this much variation in the sticker size and the shape, and it being in rolls just makes it that much more convenient and makes the possibilities more broad in terms of sticker designs. So I really do love this format so far. And so we have these two done. And then moving on to the next one, we still have so much more to go. So I'll go a little bit quicker. And so this next one is their pre-cut cozy hour wide washi tape. So this one was actually included in my order. I did not choose this one specifically, but the team decided to send me this one anyway. So thank you very much. I'm excited to see what the designs look like. I think this one is one of their newer ones on their site. So be sure to check that out if you guys are interested. And it has this cute little hedgehog and a bandana on the front here. So let's open this one up. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, right off the bat, the fact that it has a cat, I already love it. Okay, this one has a ton of cats on it, so they really knew what they were doing when they were sending this to me. This one I think is a vertical format, so you view it this way, and then you just see a bunch of cat-related stickers. Little cat scratcher over here, some plants. A lot of flowers so far in this roll, which I wasn't expecting, but it's really nice because I didn't order too many tapes with flowers on them, so this is a very nice surprise. This one I love. It's a little cat reading a book. There are more quotes on this roll. And then we have some books. I have a cat in a little planter. That's so cute. Really cool art style. Wow, I really like how each of the rolls so far has a different illustration style, which keeps things really interesting and fun. Some more book-related ones, a little lamp, a hedgehog that we saw before. This one that says furry friend. Oh, that one's so cute, actually. Look at that. The cat's expression. Some more flowers. Wow, there's so many. Okay, and then we go back to the beginning. Wow, this one was really, really nice to go through. I can see myself definitely using this a lot. So very, very cute set. I think one con of these tape rolls is that if you do select a design from further in on the roll, then you have to unravel it, take the sticker out, and then rewind it back up. So it is a little bit cumbersome in that regard, but I feel like if you do start using them, you can cut off the paper once you are finished with a specific section. But you do kind of have to work from one end to do that. So that is just one little con, but not a big deal because it is pretty easy to just like unravel, take it, and then close it back up. It is, I think, the same size as this autumn one. So it is this nice medium-sized roll. So very, very nice. So these are the individual washi tapes that they have on their site, but they also have a variety of washi tape sets. So they come with more than just one roll, and each roll has a different set of designs. So I'm very excited to go through the rest of these, starting with this one. This is their 20-piece summer slim washi tape set. So this one contains a whole lot of washi tape, and they're all in this slim size, which I'm kind of used to now. They're only about 5 millimeters in thickness. So it adds really nice but subtle hint of color and design in my journal spreads. On days where I don't want to use a really thick or even like the standard size washi tape, sometimes they're a bit too loud. And so this one contains 20, and they're all summer themed, which I really, really like. And I think out of all of the washi tape that I ordered, this one's the only one that isn't the pre-cut version. It is just one design that's repeating throughout the whole roll, just like any other standard washi tape. So let's go ahead and go through these. Oh my god, there's so many. Okay, it's almost too hard to hold it all in one hand. But here are the first 10 washi tapes. Oh my god, they're so pretty. And right off the bat, I really like how some of them have this gold foil on them. It just adds a lot of dimension to the design, and it just makes it feel more premium, honestly. Each of the tapes have quite a lot of tape on them, and I don't use too much of these whenever I'm journaling, so because there's 20 of these, I feel like it'll take forever for me to go through all of them. Okay, so that is the first stack. I like how it has a variety of colors, and I do like that aspect of having gold foil. It does add a little bit more interest in the washi tape, especially because it is so thin. You don't get a lot of the design itself, and so the gold foil just makes it jump out at you a little bit more. I also really like how the theme across these tapes is pretty consistent. You see a lot of flowers, foliage, some polka dots, spirals, things like that. So it makes it feel very cohesive that these are all in one set together. So those are the first 10. That's actually already so many, and we have 10 more. So this is the next set. And these are actually a little bit different than the first 10. I don't think there's as many flowers here from what I can see. That's all of them. I can imagine using this all throughout summer, even in spring, maybe even some in autumn. So this is a very, very nice set. And again, I really love how these are all the thin washi tapes. So I can use them in journal spreads that might seem a bit boring, just to add some color and interest on the page. And I can imagine this being on my washi tape dispenser, just looking really, really nice as well. So I'm very intrigued to set that up. And so that is the 20-piece set. Okay, we are almost done. We just have 2 more sets here, and this might seem a bit intimidating, but I'll go through it as quickly as I can so we can get to the journal with me. Ooh, this one I'm very excited about. It is the coffee washi tape sticker set. So this one has, I think, 4 rolls, and they're all coffee themed or cafe themed. I've recently been going on a lot of cafe trips, and so this one I can already tell will be very useful for when I journal about those days. And I'm excited to do more in the summer, and especially when fall comes, I definitely want to be out and exploring more cafes in my city. So I'm so excited to use the set. Okay, so we have 4 washi tapes in this set, and they all actually come with a lot of washi tape. I think I was expecting, since this was a set, that it would come with less just because there are 4 of them, but they do have the same amount, I would say, or even more than the rolls from before. So I'm very, very pleased about that. Okay, starting with this one. So this one has some cute coffee related designs. Oh my god, I already really love the illustration style of this one. It has different coffee drinks. A vase. Okay, so that's it. So it just repeats this design right here. So I can fit it all on the page, but it does just repeat this design throughout the whole roll, which is nice. So now I have tons and tons of these select designs. And I do like how there are 4 individual rolls, each with a shorter sequence of designs. But one con is that you do get more rolls because of that. And so for comparison, if I put the 3 of these beside each other, they're each different sizes, which is nice. So this is the tallest one, this is a medium-sized one, and this is like the smallest one. And I didn't even intentionally do that when I was ordering the tapes, so I do like how it ended up being that way. And so that is the first of the coffee series, nice and simple. And then we have this one. It has a bunch of coffee-related things as well. Hand-drawn coffee lover, some oat milk, and then we have some coffee beans, a little armchair, some coffee, I think in an AeroPress, correct me if I'm wrong, and then some more coffee drinks, a stack of books, and then it repeats again. And just to show you guys that sticker that pulled up, it is a hot cocoa, it looks like, with a cinnamon bun. Oh my god, we're only halfway through the coffee set, and I already love it so much. Okay, that is the second one. And then we have this one. This one has some desserts to start us off. And then we have a little plant, a caramel macchiato, a little drip coffee, a croissant, a little coffee bean. My love language is coffee and croissants. And we have this cute coffee in a cup. I think it's like a pudding. I like you a latte, another coffee, and then we repeat. This one seems a little less coffee themed and more dessert themed, so that's really nice. Okay, last in this set, the first one says, "Life begins after coffee." Actually, for me, caffeine does not have any effect on me, which is both good and bad because sometimes I do want it to have an effect on me when I do want to stay up later, for example. But I am glad it doesn't affect me, so I can have it at any time of the day, so I don't have to worry about not being able to fall asleep. And then we have this cafe sign that says coffee lovers, some coffee drinks. This one says more espresso, less depresso. And then we have a little caramel pump, a coffee jar, an open sign, and then we have this coffee machine, and then more desserts and a candle. So that is the last of all the sheets. I like how each of the sheets is a little different from the next. Some of them emphasize the coffee, some of them emphasize the desserts that you have with your coffee, some of them have things that you would find at a cafe, some of them have plants, some of them have quotes. And again, I like the illustration style for these ones. I can see myself using these a whole ton whenever I'm going out to a cafe, or even if I'm at home and making a drink for myself. So very pleased with this set. Okay, last but not least, we have one more set of washi tapes. And this one is the same size as the coffee one. So this last set is really, really cool. This is the Adventurer washi tape sticker set. And this one contains a bunch of different things related to like camping, the outdoors, traveling, exploring, things like that. So I'm very excited to see what the designs are. Ooh, this one has 3 tapes, so a little different than the one before. And this one, I think in comparison, is just a little bit taller than the one before, but it is shorter than the medium-sized one. So we have really a big range of different size washi tapes, so that's really great. Okay, so this is the Adventure set, and so we'll go through them one by one. This one says, I'm not lost, I'm exploring. And I have a little sunblock here, sleeping bag, a little camping radio, a slingshot. Ooh, this one's really cute. It says camping, like a little badge. A multi-tool here, a map, born for adventure, a little bowl, a flashlight, a nice tent, some more camping supplies, and then we have a repeat. So this one I think is about the same length in terms of the repeating design as the coffee one. So it is a very manageable amount of designs on one roll. And again, I like the art style as well. All of these washi tapes so far have just been really, really nice illustrations. So that is the first one. This next one here, a little hat and some hiking boots. This says, the mountains are calling and I must go. Ooh, this one has some designs that I can imagine being on like those buttons that you put on like your backpack and stuff. Each of them are so cute. This one says into the wild with a little mountain in the back. Definitely more text on this one I can see. It says camping, a camera, storm-proof matches. This one says leave the road, explorer, take the trails. It says milk and needles. This one almost looks like a band-aid. It says stay wild. A little beanie, towel. This one says, every summer has a story, and then it repeats again. So this one's definitely a lot more text heavy. There are a lot of quotes, and I like how each one has a different font, and I like how it alternates between just showing text to putting text in an illustration to kind of incorporating the illustration into the text itself, and just using different typography throughout it is really nice. And now we have one more tape left. There's a little camping chair that says travel, the only thing you buy that makes you richer. We have a little lantern, a campfire. This one I think is a water fountain, the ones that you find on a campsite, for example. And then you have these utensils for roasting marshmallows. You have this picnic blanket. This one says just go, stay sharp. A little tag that says eat well, travel often. This one seems like it's like a walkie-talkie. A shirt that has that same design from the previous tape. And we have a compass on a keychain. Camping shirt, the classic flannels. A Fields Notes, that's really cute. And it's like a campfire edition. That's really cool. And they have a little spatula, Wonderment, a little camping pot, a camper cup, a keychain, some matches, scissors, rope with a carabiner. And then it repeats. Ooh, this was such a nice way to end the adventurer theme. I really, really like each individual design of this series. I want to do more outdoorsy things more often, so I think I'll be using these a lot more once that happens. And that is the last of all of our washi tapes. I had so much fun unboxing each of these washi tapes with you guys. I think each of these sets individually offer just so much versatility, so many options for what you want to use in a given day when you're journaling. And I especially like how each of these sets has a different illustration style. Each of them has like a different vibe to them. If you're somebody who likes using big stickers in their journal, then you definitely want to go for their wide style. But if you're more like me and you like using smaller stickers, something a little bit more subtle in your spreads, then you would probably like the more medium to small sized washi tapes, just because it's not taking up too much space and they are also easier to take with you when you're on the go. It's really hard to pick favorites amongst all of these washi tapes because they're all really special in different ways. But if I had to choose based on the designs themselves and how much I think it would incorporate into my life, I think I would choose the planner one, the autumn one, pretty much all of these mini ones because they're very simple and easy to integrate into my spreads. So I will count these as like one favorite. But I think these right here, just because I would use them more, I would talk more about the certain topics that are depicted in these washi tapes. Whereas for these ones, these are a little bit more situational, especially the adventurer set. I basically wouldn't use them until I would travel or go on a trip or go camping, that sort of thing. And for the coffee lover one, I definitely do really like this one, but I don't drink coffee every day, nor do I go to a cafe that often, so I would just use this also kind of situationally. So with that being said, I do want to thank the Washi Tape Shop again for sending these to me. They were packaged all so nicely and they were so fun to unbox. I'm so excited to now use them in the journal spread. But because the sun has set, I think I'm going to save the journal for tomorrow, just so we'll have a nice bright office to work in. So we'll see you guys in just a sec. Alright, it's the next day, and now we're going to use the washi tapes that we unboxed yesterday in a little journal with me spread in my Hobonichi Techo. So let's get started. For the journal spread, I wanted to document a day where I went to a cafe here in Toronto. The cafe is called Rooms and it's located in the west end of Toronto, but I got introduced to this cafe by a friend of mine and I've been meaning to discover more cafes in the city this year, and this one really blew me away because I really liked how the interior was decorated, the whole vibe, the music, the atmosphere, the furniture. The whole cafe just really embodied a cozy and intimate setting. So I wanted to document the day that I spent there. To help with the journal spread, I printed out a few photos of the cafe itself and of the logo here. With my journal spreads nowadays, I like accompanying the text with imagery, so I oftentimes pick a couple photos from my iPhone just so I can have a reference that I can print out later and paste it into my journal. So the first thing that I'll do is cut these images out of the paper. I really like using this Fiskars paper cutter because it makes really clean cuts and it's really fast and easy to do. So that's the first image. And this is the logo for the cafe. I really like the logo. And that's the last image. So I have 3 different angles of the cafe here. This one is of the entrance once you walk in through the doors. So you see a lot of Japanese inspired lamps, furniture, and little eclectic things that you can't really see in this photo. This is the view from the right side of the room, and you'll notice this koi fish tarp that's hanging from the ceiling that I found really nice, and then the bar where they make the drinks. And I learned this later on, but this cafe actually turns into a little lounge and bar area in the nighttime. And then this last photo is actually taken from the seat that I was sitting at. The table that I'm sitting at is facing the entrance, which is this door right here, but I just thought the whole vibe of this cafe to be really charming, cozy, and it almost felt like I was working from home, even though it was my first time going there. Okay, so let's figure out the layout for the spread. So usually I just like to lay the images around the page, and then once I settle on a composition that I like, then I'll paste the images down. So I'm thinking about arranging it in order from when I entered to then when I was seated, and then finally a view from the right side over here. And then I think it makes sense for the logo to go somewhere on the first page, maybe here, or it could be fun to overlap it on top of that first image. So let's go ahead and paste everything down. I like using this glue by Scotch to just put a little bit on the back of each image to make sure it doesn't come off the page. And this glue tape is relatively thin, so it doesn't add a lot of bulk, but what I like to do is just add a little bit to each corner. You don't really need that much to hold the paper down, and then we'll just align it to the grid that we have here. Nice, so we have our first image there. And now for the second photo, thinking of putting this right across the top here. That's looking nice so far. That looks nice. And then we have our last photo here. And now that we have all the images in their right places, we can go ahead and start putting some washi tape in here. So these are all the washi tapes from yesterday. For today's spread, I'm just gonna pick a couple that are more contextual to what I did. I'm gonna take out all the coffee ones so I can take a look at the designs again and then pick a couple. And then definitely this Planners Day one because we did some journaling on that day. And then I want to use one of the washi tape from the thin set. I think out of all the ones here, the one that would fit the theme the most would probably be this one in the middle, purely just because of the color. I think it just fits the cafe theme more so than these other summery colors. So we'll go ahead and use this one. I think I'm just gonna look through the 3 of these and just pick 1 or 2 and then stick them on the page. And then we'll pick 1 or 2 from this one, and then we'll use a strip of this thin one as well. And then after that, that will be the end of the decorating, and then we'll go ahead and fill in the rest with my journal entry. I like this drip coffee one because I did see a barista use one of those when I was there. So it's very simple to get these off. You just peel it off the roll just like you would with a sticker sheet. There is the first sticker. And it's a little bit transparent so you can see the image below it, but I think that just gives a nice effect. I also like this little coffee bean, so I'm gonna take that off as well. And there it is. And I'm gonna put it right on top of the logo. Yay! It's so cute already! And now we'll look through this Planners Day one. I have a feeling that I'm gonna find a couple here that I like. So I like this one that's at the beginning, but it is under this clear piece of tape. So I went ahead and unraveled it until I found the design again. And so I really like this one, and I do also like the journal as well. So I'll take those 2 out. Okay, this one's massive compared to the ones from before, so I'll need to lift it from a few places just to make sure I'm not ripping it. I think this is definitely the biggest sticker that I've used in my journal so far, but I like it a lot. Okay, now where do I put this? I think it makes sense to put it in this corner, or maybe right here actually. All right, I'm gonna stick with my gut. Put it right here. I do really like how when you overlap it on top of an image, you can see the colors underneath it. I think I want to scooch this guy a little bit to the right side. So we'll test how good it is at being peeled. So far so good. It's not ripping away at the paper underneath. That was really easy. It does curl up a little bit once you pull it off the paper, but I think that is to be expected. So I'm just gonna shift it a little bit to the right. I think that looks really good so far. So the last one from this roll that I wanted to take is this journal one because we did some journaling that day. And there it is. It's so cute. And I think I'm gonna put it right up here. Okay, we're almost done. And then I'm just gonna add a strip of this washi tape to add a nice little border on one side of the page. Oh, so there's actually a clear piece of tape here as well that lets me unravel the tape, but the other side isn't sticky. That's interesting because I'm used to this type of tape being sticky on the other side because I don't see a big reason for it not to be. Compared to these ones where it's a sticker and it's pre-cut, it makes sense that you peel it off of the sticker paper, but in this case you already have this design and you don't really want to go through the hassle of peeling the backside off. So I do think that was an interesting choice with this one because this clear tape is at the very end. If I do want to say cut off about this much, then it does cut off this piece as well, and that would leave the rest of the roll just kind of loose. So I would either have to take that clear piece of tape and put it back on the new end, or I would get a new piece of tape and use that to secure it. And I do think because it's not sticky, it does just kind of fall away from the tape itself, and so you have to make sure you're keeping it secure as you're holding it. So I do think that this is one con of storing the tape this way. I think this page is looking a little bare, so I think it could be cool to add a strip right on the left side here. So I think I'm gonna cut about this much. So now that the clear tape is on that piece, I'm going to go ahead and carefully take it off and then put it back on the roll. Okay, and now it's back together. So now that we have this piece, I think all I need to do now is peel it off of the backing, which is actually relatively easy. So it comes apart like this. And now we have this side sticky. We can go ahead and put it into our journal. And there we have our little border. I think that adds a nice visual interest to this page here to kind of anchor it being the first page of the spread. I think I might add one more sticker over here. We have a nice little pastry on a dish right here, so I think I'm gonna grab that. Ah, this is so fun. All right, I'll put this right here. I almost forgot, but I also have a couple washi tapes here as well. These ones are my more monochromatic and neutral washi tapes, and so I think I might pick one from these to add onto this page just so we can have some mirroring of washi tapes on each side. I think I'm leaning towards this fun print over here because it does remind me of the interior of the cafe. This dispenser is really cool in that it fits 3 standard sized washi tapes or multiple of the thin type, and all you need to do is take off the little cap at the end and then make sure you pull out a little bit of the washi tape and then put it in here, close it up. So now you just pull however much you want and then just rip it off the edge, and then you have a little strip of washi tape. I think I'm gonna put it down here, overlapping this image on the bottom. Nice, I like how that looks a lot. So now that we have all of our images and our washi tapes on the spread, now we can get to the fun part of jotting down what I did that day. The pen I'll be using today is my trusty Pilot Metropolitan in this gold finish. This pen was actually my very first fountain pen, so I have a lot of sentimental value towards it, and I really like how this writes. I got it in the fine nib, and I believe I have Diamine Raw Sienna as the ink in here, and so it'll match the whole brown theme that I have for the spread. I really like the pattern that it has on the middle of this pen as well. It's pretty affordable and it's really nice as a beginner fountain pen. So if you are interested in getting in the hobby, I would highly recommend this pen because I do think it is a little bit underrated. Usually for my journal spreads, I like reserving this bottom left-hand row. Just leave a swatch of the ink and the pen that I used to write this entry so I can have an easy reference. If I look back on this, I know exactly what I used to write this entry. So I'll start off by filling that in. So that is a quick example of what I usually do in the bottom left hand. So there we have our final spread. I think these washi tape stickers throughout the spread just add so much fun and delight to the spread, and I cannot wait to continue using these for basically every day. I think having stickers and washi tape just makes journaling feel a little bit more fun and less of a chore, because I definitely have those days where I feel like I'm just writing and writing and writing. And it does make my hand cramp sometimes when I am writing a lot. So I think having the images plus all of the stickers just reduces the amount that I have to write, because I don't need to capture everything that I do in the whole day. I like how it just gives an overview of a few things that I did, and the rest of it can kind of be interpreted through the images that I've chosen to add some context to my spread. I had so much fun unboxing all of these yesterday and then finally getting to use them today in the spread. I can see myself using these stickers basically every day because I've chosen ones that are very contextual to my lifestyle and my style as well, and I'm very happy with the quality of them as well. It does resemble that really nice washi tape feel, but it has the look and the cutout of a sticker. So it's basically the best of both worlds, I feel like. And because they are so thin, it barely adds any thickness to the page itself. And so I can imagine myself using a ton of these and it won't add much bulk to my journal at all. If you guys liked this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up. Thank you so much again to the Washi Tape Shop team for sending these all to me. And if you're interested in purchasing your very own washi tape from the Washi Tape Shop, you can go on over to their website, thewashitapeshop.com, and you can use the code NOOKANS10 to get 10% off your whole order. I hope you guys enjoyed the unboxing of all of these great washi tapes from the Washi Tape Shop, and also the journal with me that I did with all of them. I had so much fun, and I can't wait to continue using these all for my everyday use. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!